Doing it live. Something. Where did all my windows go? The heck? Oh, my mail just arrived. What?
It's just a video of a woman who tried to go into the Capitol building and she got maced and she was crying and they interviewed her on the news. and she's like, they're like, why were you trying to go into the Capitol? She's like, it's a revolution.
Yes, no, I forgot how easy it was to overthrow the United States government. You just walk in and then they just give it to you.
Just walk in, right.
It's,
well, just like the guy they support, no plan, no ideas. So what are you going to do?
Should have been drinking beer. Except then I got to go pick up my kid. And apparently they frown upon it if you smell like alcohol when you...
Like open the door, all the bottles fall out onto the parking lot. Stagger to the front door.
Could you just put those in recycling for me? That'd be fine.
Honey, clean us up.
Daddy has been drinking.
Oh, boy. Well, that'd be one way to get out of doing that every day, I guess.
Yeah, because you'd end up in prison.
Yep. Jeez.
All right. It's Friday, thank goodness.
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't know why I just did that. I don't know why I do a lot of things, really. I mean...
Yep, I have the same experience with you.
I knew it was coming, and yet still surprised. I saw the semi-truck coming towards my face, and I was still shocked that it ran me over.
You're like, the thing's not flying through the air, is it?
I got 20 seconds. Like the Swiss trains, we start on time. I think the Swiss trains, or is that the Japanese trains? I think it's the Japanese trains.
Well, Japanese trains definitely start on time.
Yeah. I don't know about Swiss times trains. I cannot talk, but they make watches, so that's all.
Let's record a podcast. Right, you were.
If I would have had the prop, if I would have had a box of Lucky Charms, I would be eating that right now. And then I would have looked at it as I was eating. Like, look, there's no more gold at the end of the rainbow. Because they raised the price of it.
I don't even know what to say.
It sounded so much better in my head.
A complex setup.
Because there's that little Lucky Charm guy, and he's always looking the gold.
Lucky leprechaun, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And he's looking for the gold at the end of the rainbow. Xbox Live Gold pricing going up. I thought it was beautiful.
See, I thought they were going to get rid of Xbox Live Gold.
Well, they're just going to... They can still have it, and they'll charge $99 a month. Like, it's... I mean, they have it, but they're making it really hard to justify. I mean, on one hand, they have the best value in gaming, which is Game Pass. And on the other hand, they have the worst value in gaming, which is Xbox Live Gold. Because... if you want a year of it, it's $120.
Well, right. And they got rid of the year thing, right?
Like yeah, so you have to buy it in 6-month increments, which are now $60. Now, I believe the blog post said that if you're already subscribed, as long as you never untick the box to subscribe, you'll keep going at your current rate. But as new people come on board, they're going to start paying a whole bunch more money to play online. Or they could just go play on their PC for free.
I mean, I feel like they're trying to sell Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what they're. I mean, that's exactly what they're doing. They're not quote unquote killing it, but like they've shot it and they're just going to let it bleed out until enough people convert over, and then
you're full of wonderful comparisons.
Yeah, I know
today.
it's.
You have a tough week. What's going on here?
Like I said, could have used a drink maybe before this. No,
yeah.
A lot of fighting with software actually today. Just didn't want to do what I wanted it to do.
Probably didn't see these messages, but 15 minutes ago, I switched over to Teams because it had like a little yellow triangle thing on the icon. And had a little message at the top. There's no internet, so this can't work. You know, I have the internet. My internet never went off, so I stopped the app, restarted, didn't go away.
Let me see. Do I have any messages from you? I don't think I do.
I deleted them, but they even though I deleted them, I can see them here. Anyway,
wasn't there a movie about that? Like I see dead messages.
Don't give away the plot.
So, anyways, if you're looking to pick up Xbox Live Gold, it just went up in price. $10 a month. I mean, that's effectively what it is, and there's no more discounts if you buy it effectively in bulk. So,
I still have a card from a million years ago. 12 months of Xbox Live Gold, and I probably bought it for $30 or something because I think it was $60 like for a year, right? $59.99.
Yeah.
I don't know why I've never kind of cashed it in. Now I'm on Xbox Game Pass, so I don't even know if I could add it to my account, right?
You should go return it. You'd make money.
Well, I can't return it. Dude, I'll show it to you because you can tell from how it looks.
Is it like the orange one? Yes, it is.
It's like so old, right?
Yeah. Just go take that back to Toys R Us. I'm sure they'll take it right back.
Actually, I worked at Toys R Us, and I know they will too. Actually, that's funny.
What toy?
And by the way, this is worth $120 now. So if you could just, give me that back, that'd be good.
So, yeah. Anyways, that's sort of the big news. Other than the fact that Intel crushed their earnings right before their CEO left, but I think that's a side effect of the world, and then not the future. But
yeah, last year was a good year for PCs for sure. Some big numbers. It's good. They're doing good.
Yeah.
Although, depending on how you look at it, I got to bring this thing up to get the exact numbers. But like the year-over-year changes actually weren't all that dramatic. Like full year, income was flat and revenues were up 8%. If you just look at the fourth quarter, which was the thing we're talking about. The PC business, just by itself, the client computing group, revenues were up 9% year over year. It's good, but it's not like they're up 50%. It's good.
What was I going to say? Microsoft has their earnings next week. It'll be
early, like Tuesday, right?
Yeah, I thought it was the 26th. Does that sound?
Well, the Tuesday is the 26th.
Microsoft earnings date. See if Google pulls it up.
I believe this is the second quarter in a row they've kind of done this. Like, as usually,
it is the 26th that it is on Tuesday.
It's a weird day.
It's
for Microsoft earnings.
Maybe they're trying to get. I don't know. But I would be surprised at this point if Surface is below $2 billion. They've never crossed it, but they get like 1.9.
So you think last quarter was their first $2 billion quarter? That's your prediction.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be close.
Oh, I mean, the quarter before that was like 1.9 something, and that wasn't the holiday quarter. I mean, I don't know if people are gifting Surfaces, but
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The Duo came out that could push them over, Paul. No.
No.
Yeah. Okay. The only other thing really kind of worth talking about is our friend Mark Gurman. I think I'm going to start a GoFundMe for him. It's going to be called Personal Security Detail. Because it looked like he leaked today all of Apple's plans for effectively 2021. It looks like the MacBook Pro is effectively they just deleted everything Johnny Ive designed.
Yeah.
Went back to 2015 and said, "How do we upgrade that?" And that's what they're doing.
Not a bad plan.
No, that was one of the best laptops, arguably ever, and they're just going to recreate it, but with an M1 inside.
Yeah.
No touch bar, SD slot, MagSafe.
I just got a MacBook Pro in for evaluation purposes, and it has a touch bar.
Yeah,
and it's like dead technology walking. Like I don't this was never a good idea, ever. And actually, the biggest mistake they made wasn't so much making it, although, we can argue that. I still find it so incredibly hard to believe that if you buy, now it's any MacBook Pro, I guess, from here on out. But, well, okay, no, it isn't. I'm sorry. But most MacBook Pros and all higher end MacBook Pros, right? Like the 15 or 16, whatever the version is they have now. You can't not get it. Like there's not even an option to get like a function key row. And I think most professional users would probably prefer that.
Well, don't forget when they launched this thing, it didn't even have an escape key, not even virtually. Like there was no escape
That's
key.
right. That's right. There is now, by the way. Yeah. They added that.
Such a revolutionary feature addition.
Yeah. I like the way they do it on the MacBook Air, honestly, where it's just a function row and then they have the Touch ID button. That's power, but it's also your fingerprint reader. And of course, we're seeing a lot of PC makers now putting fingerprint readers right in the keyboard as well, which I really like. It's just it's the right way to do it.
Now, if only they put it back on the iPhone and make life better, because that would
There were rumors. We're working toward it. Maybe an in-screen version.
Yeah, we'll get there. Probably right before the next pandemic, so that'll be great.
Right. The next pandemic will be touch-based, and actually Face ID would have been nice.
That'll be about the time.
The airborne version of leprosy or something.
Yes, it'll actually just nuke your fingerprints. That's the next one.
Right.
And so it'll be just, you'll have no way to authenticate. You'll have no port to use.
Wrong year to shave off my fingerprints.
This has been a weird podcast.
I know. It's like a fever dream. I don't know what's happening.
Fever dream. Well, there's been like nothing this week, but like really big things. I mean, the Xbox Live stuff is kind of.
Yeah. One kind of. I caught a rumor, probably in my Google feed, that said something like Microsoft might be raising the price of the 6-month version or something like that. I was like, oh, that's not good. Like they're not raising the price of one of them, And then this morning that, the actual news hit and I was like, okay, yeah. I really thought they were working toward getting rid of it, but actually this might not change that.
I don't think they will truly like nuke it.
Well, it just doesn't have a lot to offer.
Paul, are you telling me the games with gold that dribbles out of?
Okay. Honestly, that's okay. My only concern with that is, you're not getting those games for free. Like you can use them for free as long as your subscription is, running. And I don't know. Like I don't know. Actually, this coming month's games look pretty good. Like the last few months have been kind of tough. I don't know, Brad. I don't know.
Well, that's unfortunate because I was going to say I do know, but I really don't. I mean, I just imagine that they're sitting around a boardroom. They're about to make an acquisition. Like, how can we afford this?
Well, even you could go back 10 years and be like, so what's the point of this subscription? You can play multiplayer online games. Okay. It's like, well, that's all I do. So I guess I need this thing, Now I appreciate that have been doing games with gold for several years. There is a nice value to that especially if you like to play a lot of the different games, so there's some value to that for sure, but it's still, the way it's priced now, we already talked about this. I mean, it's really edging into Game Pass territory, and it's like, why would you just not get Game Pass? And maybe that literally is the point. In fact, 1 year from now, they'll be like, you know what? We were going to keep this thing running, but so many people just want Game Pass. We're just doing what the market wants. We're not going to have this Xbox Live Gold thing anymore. Like you can almost imagine that's how we're going to get talked into this. Like that's how they're going to do it.
What would have made more sense and made me partially happy is if they would have said, hey, it's like a family plan now. Like anybody in your house can use this to whatever, right. And that's their price. Just nope. So you can pay $120 to play your games online and then
by yourself.
Yeah, by yourself.
Just you. Yeah.
The only other notable thing that's come out is I kind of forgot about this. Edge is now a year old, like officially out in the public. You can go grab some new themes if that's what you're doing. There's password manager. You can sleep your tabs. You can do some stuff. Yeah.
So the big thing to me, and yes, they released it a year ago. Literally this month, it is what I would call feature complete. It actually took a year, and that blows my mind. I mean, they've certainly updated it a lot. There's been a lot of things over the course of the past year that have come into the browser. But just this month, they added browser history and tab syncing with like cross devices, including mobile, right?
Mm-hmm.
This thing has been grayed out in settings for a year. Those two settings. I don't understand why that took so long.
Maybe they wanted to save it for the year announcement. I'm making that up, but
no, I mean, you could make an argument that the browser should never have shipped a year ago in the state it was then in, right? Because it was incomplete, and there was a lot more missing than that thing I just mentioned. I mean,
back when it launched, for sure.
Items. Yeah, lots of stuff. Anyway, yeah, a year later, absolutely, it's in great shape. And even like the shopping stuff, which I kind of made fun of and knee jerk assumed I would just want to get rid of. I've actually used it.
Yeah.
it's proven to be useful. And so that's neat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so yeah. And then I guess I don't know when it's happening, a couple months. We'll finally get vertical tabs, which some people seem to be really exciting.
Yeah, I can't. I tried that. I tried that. I can't do it.
Yep.
Like I get why people might like it, but
is there something wrong with them and they're broken inside?
Well, it's, the people who like that are also the same people that put their taskbar at the top of the screen.
It's just thinking about on the left or right or something. Yeah, it just you try it, you're like, yeah, I can't do this.
Yeah, it's like there's something.
Yeah,
it's like trying to use a spoon to eat like steak, right? Like technically it works, but you should have said fork to eat Lucky Charms, right? See, that would have been a nice. See, that would have wrapped this up nicely.
Right, but we're not thinking clearly today.
No, it's all the alcohol that I want to drink.
Well, now you can.
No, I still got to go pick my kid up.
Oh, right.
It doesn't mean that she just gets on she comes home. Still working on those teleportation things.
Your dad called. It was slightly slurred, but I think what he said was, "You're taking a bus home?"
Which is great because there's no buses. She's just like the bus.
Stand out there and wait for a bus.
Waiting for public transit to come by. All right. Well, I'm going to go try to edit this thing. See if I was fighting Bluetooth earlier, which is always my favorite thing.
Fighting what?
So I had this great idea. Okay. I wear the Sony XM3 headphones. My office upstairs is pretty centrally located on the house, so I can walk almost anywhere in the house, and it's still picking up. The audio doesn't break out or anything. So what I did was I bought an external Bluetooth adapter, and I bought a 3-meter cable. Right. So I could put it somewhere else because it drops out when I go to the fridge, or more specifically when I get water out of the fridge. Mm-hmm. And so I unplugged the adapter, plugged in the extension cable, and then ran it 3 feet closer to my kitchen, and then nothing Bluetooth would connect to my PC anymore. So
why don't you just get like a 150-foot extension cord, and you could use wired headphones? Just plug it in and walk around the house. Just spool it out.
Just
as you go,
dragging that thing behind
reel it back in,
like the first generation electric lawnmowers that people will be outside with a cord, inevitably run it over. So, all right, later.